Another retail group, Foschini, expects its first half headline earnings per share for the period to September to grow by between 16 and 18%. Foschini ended the day 0.5% higher at 123 rand and 33 cents. So inexorably higher, Kevin. Just keep going.
I think a solid result. I did see some analysts looking for slightly higher numbers than that, but in the end, I don't think it's really going to be disappointing. And when I look across all the different brands that they got, they seem to be doing well. I think they're in the right segment in terms of the proportion of the consumer that's doing well. Yes. And you can't fault it.
Yes.
And I guess the problem comes with this, and I'd like to hear David's view on this, because earlier on he was saying there's nothing to buy at the moment.
That was off air. Let's see what he says
I know,
now.
but I wanted to
now
put it on air.
Yeah.
And that is that, I mean, these ShopRite, no doubt expensive. Foschini, no doubt expensive. Truworths, similar, no doubt expensive. Yet these stocks are the ones that continue to go up. And I just need to come back to this. We've heard that these stocks are expensive for a long time. Yet they continue to move higher.
You've got a point there, and what I do is go for the winners. In other words, if they're winning companies like ShopRite and they can continue to produce it, then I think you've got to follow them, the Mr. Prices and so on. It's very difficult to ignore them. And even at these levels, if they can continue, we haven't seen evidence of a slowdown yet. You know, maybe when that point comes, you hold back a bit, but I agree. I know it's hard to do it at these kind of multiples, but I'm afraid that where you've got very well-run companies like this, you put your head down and just go with them.
Or stay with them. Hopefully,
or stay with
you are
them,
in already.
Yeah.
Bridget, before we went to the break, we spoke about the unsecured lending market and all this talk about there being a possible bubble. And Kevin made the point that it all depends on how stable the whole financial system is, and if there were one hiccup amongst consumers. What are the risks of that, and how able do you think our financial system is to weather such a shock?
I think that we sit quite tightly pressed, because we were talking now about Foschini. I mean, one of the drivers in any of those retailers will be the fact that you can access credit to be able to purchase their product. The same as accessing a credit card in order to buy your food. If you get to a point, the consumer in South Africa is already at high debt levels, where we've got a lot of excess cost push pressures that are coming through. How tightly squeezed are we exactly? We can't measure that, other than to say our lending capacity is X versus what we earn. And for now, we are running at extremely high levels. So if you, as an individual in South Africa, lose your job, it's catastrophic.
Yes.
There's such huge fallout, and if that starts to happen in more magnification, it is huge fallout, because there isn't really that social structure that will support you. You have to make a plan to make money to feed your children.